So, in a bit more than 2 weeks, version 6.4 rolls in, and we finally have the first Primogem numbers on the table. And I already know what some of you are thinking, because the banners look brutal, but the patch itself looks kind of quiet. In this video, I'm putting the full Primogem overview in one place, with the exact sources, so you know what is realistic for free to play, what changes if you run Welkin, and why this version is a perfect example of how Genshin spreads rewards across the calendar. Because if you are planning for Varka, Flynn's, Skirk, or Escoffier, you do not want to guess. You want a clean number, and you want to know where it comes from. Let's start with the baseline that everyone gets no matter what. Your daily commissions. Over the full patch, you are looking at 2,520 Primogems from dailies. Now to the part that makes this patch look better than it should look, resets. In this version window, we have 2 Paimon shop resets, which is 5 wishes each time, so that's 1,600 Primogems in value. We also have 2 Imaginarium Theater resets inside the same version window, which adds another 2,000 Primogems. This is huge for the total, and it's also the reason why some versions randomly feel generous even when nothing else is happening. Sometimes a patch only has 1 theater reset. Sometimes it has none in the phase you care about. This time, it hits twice in one version, and that alone pushes the number up a lot. Then we have Stygian Onslaught, which is another 450 Primogems. For Spiral Abyss, we have 1 reset inside the patch total, which is 800 Primogems if you full clear. If you cannot full clear, do not set it to 0. Even a partial clear still gives you a solid chunk, and it adds up fast over time. But for strict max counting, it's 800. Now, the part where some people will be a little disappointed, story and exploration. According to the info we have right now, there is apparently no main story chunk in this version, so I am counting 0 from that. And there is also no new map expansion, so you are not getting that big exploration bank, where you can grind chests, puzzles, waypoints, and shrines for days. This is why the patch feels calmer. You can log in, do events, do resets, and log out without feeling like you're missing a whole region worth of Primogems. There are still smaller quests though. I'm counting around 150 Primogems from other small quest sources. Nothing crazy, but it exists. Achievements are also basically nothing this time, which is honestly kind of funny. The estimate here is a humble 5 Primogems. That is not a typo. That's just how dry it looks when there is no new area and no big story chain dropping a ton of new achievement categories. So if you were hoping for that classic new patch, new exploration, new story, free primos everywhere feeling, 6.4 is not that. 6.4 is more like, here's your calendar-based income, now make a plan. And that brings us to events, which is where the patch actually breathes a little. We have 1 main event worth around 760 Primogems. Then we have 2 smaller events, each worth 420 Primogems. So that's an extra 840 from the 2 smaller ones. One of these will probably fall into Phase 1 and the other probably into Phase 2, but since this is a full version total, I'm counting them together. These events are going to be the main active source of Primogems in the patch, since story and map are not doing the heavy lifting. We also have the update maintenance compensation, which is 600 Primogems in your mailbox. This is always nice because you do not have to earn it. You just log in after maintenance, claim, and it's done. It's one of the few sources that feels like a real gift instead of a task. Then there are the live stream codes, and the key thing to remember is this: the next version live stream always lands in the second phase. So yes, the 3 codes worth 100 each, so 300 Primogems total, are still part of this patch, just in the second phase. And as usual, we often get 1 extra code worth 60 somewhere around the version 2. Also, keep your eyes and ears open because the 6.4 livestream is coming very soon. It is technically not inside 6.4, so it is not part of the calculation for this video, but it still means more free Primogems are right around the corner. I always post the codes on my channel the moment they drop, so if you do not want to miss them, you know where to look. Finally, we have the other bucket. This is character trials, web events, little mail bits, and also the small Primogem value you get from things like the Battle Pass tasks that reward Primogems indirectly or through small extras. For this version, I'm counting around 310 Primogems total from those sources. And yes, that includes character trials for Varka, Skirk, Escoffier, and Flynn's, because trials are easy to forget, but they are still Primogems. So when you add everything up for free-to-play, the total comes out to 10,395 Primogems, which is around 65 pulls. With Welkin over the full patch, you add another 3,780 Primogems, which brings the total to 14,175, or about 89 pulls. And if you also buy the Battle Pass, you add another 1,320 Primogems in value, which pushes the total to 15,495, or about 97 pulls. Now, what does this number actually mean? Because on paper, 65 pulls free to play looks okay. Not insane, not terrible. But the reason it looks okay is not because the patch is stacked with new content. It's because the calendar is stacked. 2 theater resets and 2 shop resets inside the same window is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. If you took those away, this patch would look way thinner. And this is where Genshin's reward philosophy becomes really obvious. Big versions like Lantern Rite or Anniversary-style moments throw extra pulls at you, and then the patches around them often feel leaner on map and story income. It's not that they suddenly became greedy. It's more like they're smoothing out the yearly total. They give you a flood, then they give you a drip, and by the end of the cycle most players end up in a similar range again. 6.4 is one of those drip patches, but the resets are masking it, so it lands in a pretty normal place. So if you are saving for 6.4 banners, the good news is you are not broke. You can still build a real stash. But if you are hoping to brute force a full guarantee purely from new exploration and story, this patch is not built for that. You have to actually stay consistent and pick up the reset money. And honestly, that fits the vibe of the patch. 6.4 looks like a version where the combat and banner hype does the talking, while the patch content itself stays more controlled. So yeah, that's the full Primogem picture for 6.4 as we currently know it. Tell me in the comments what you are planning. Are you spending on Varka and his debut hype? Are you going for Flynn's because of lunar charged value? Are you a Skirk player who needs Escoffier? Or are you skipping the whole patch and saving for Nicole, Sandrone, and the later cycle? And also tell me your current Primogem count, because I love seeing how everyone is preparing. Thanks for watching, good luck with your pulls and your savings, and I'll see you in the next one.